Ah, 1983. What a great year it was. Michael Jackson showing off the Moonwalk. Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler was the top Billboard hit. Star Wars Return of the Jedi hit theaters. And Sally Ride was becoming the first woman in space. But what also happened in 1983 was something strange. Something strange was happening in a remote region of Japan, far away from dense civilization, in a town called Hinamizawa. This was that story. Hard to believe I'm going back to this. Who would have thunk? Actually, a lot of people, because it's probably anything than the cringe cons that I've been doing non-stop for quite a while. Some people are getting pretty upset and think that my channel is fucking dead in the water. Yeah. Hopefully it'll please some people. Maybe. But I hope. I can only hope. But anyways, since you guys actually voted for it on fucking DeviantArt, let's see if we can conclude. There is a lot more to cover, but unfortunately I only want to cover 3 for now. Unless somebody has found the other complete visual novels or sound novels or however you call these things. But anyways, we're about to deal with the third one. Tatari Goroshi, the shortest scenario, curse killing chapter. A human, a curse, a coincidence. Perhaps you've come to a conclusion already, but this scenario will either shake the conviction or reinforce it. The difficulty of this scenario is high, but that shouldn't stop you. Also, if you haven't noticed, the intro was a little different. Not the one I made, but the one on the part of the recording. That's because I had to rely on the bootlegged version. The third chapter has yet to be come out of Higurashi, to my knowledge. If it has, nobody has gifted it to me yet. And if it didn't, well, it hasn't gone out on Steam. So basically, I just decided to use this via some download site. This had good patches and everything, graphic patches, although it might be different depending on how that patch works. But let's see if the patch will be fine visually, because the Steam version we know relied on version of the graphics that was available for the PlayStation upload, or some PS1, PS2, or something like that, because this visual novel ended up coming out on a console. And the first version of the graphics looked like what you see on the screen here, and the ones that Steam can allow you to use, should you choose with the updated versions, look like so. I'm hoping we get the latter with the update. This download came with an update, with an updated patch. I pushed it through, but let's see if all goes well. Also, this was mostly fan translated, so who knows. Let's see if all goes well. The frog in the well was happy because he wasn't interested in the outside world. The frog in the well was happy because he didn't have anything to do with the outside world. And you were happy too because you didn't know what happened outside the well. This is a work of fiction. Early summer of the 58th year of the Showa era, 1983. It's very hot and humid. Tell me about it. Maybe I should. Where's the menu thing? No. Let's just... No. I'm trying to remember. How do you... Yeah, okay. Remember, I'm kind of difficult, and it has been a long while, so we're going to have to keep this up there for now. There's no breeze, and this is a nasty hot summer with high humidity. I think I need to do a little bit of adjustment again. Speed up the message effect. There's laundry hung outside of the windows of the apartments. Not only does it look not cool, but it rather makes me feel melancholic. The winding roads lined with ramshackle houses and apartments. This already very narrow road is lined with flowers and planters and pots, bicycles on motorbikes, making the road narrower, messier, all over stuffy. No one wants to come visit a place like this at a time like this. However, a motorcycle appears at such an afternoon. The motorcycle stops in front of a 2-floor apartment that could hardly be called tidy. There is a very old man with wrinkles on his face as he gets off the motorcycle. There's a housewife hanging the laundry. She notices him and talks to him. Hello, it's very hot today, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I feel like I'm being boiled. Mr. Landlord, I have something I've wanted to tell you. I know it. I'm sorry. You're talking about the fluorescent light, right? I've totally forgotten about it. It's not that. Don't you notice something? This weird smell. It's been smelling bad since this morning. I can't take it anymore. Oh yes, it does smell kind of bad. I guess the drain is clogged again. Do something, Mr. Landlord. It wrinkles my nose. Then your beautiful face gets more beautiful, doesn't it? A dirty sewage channel runs in the back of the apartment. Please excuse the errors. This is fan translated. Its grid is clogged with twigs and dead leaves, gathering filth and emitting a very bad odor in the summer. Can't you talk to the government office about this? I wish they filled this sewage channel for good. Yeah, the grid is completely clogged. If I have a stick to push it away, it'll start flowing again. The landlord climbs over the fence, picks up a dirty laundry pole from the ground. Time to use it to unclog the grid. Don't do that, Mr. Landlord. If you move and stir it too much, it's going to smell worse. It stings when it's clogged, and it stings when it's moved. What do you want me to do? He sticks the laundry pole into the filth that's stuck near the grid. Needless to say, poking it with a pole doesn't do anything to the piled up filth. Oh, there's a dead cat. Public health department should have taken care of this. Dead dogs and cats emit a very bad smell. I don't think I can do anything with the laundry pole. There's trash bags, old clothes, so many things in there. Look at the dog potty. No wonder it stinks so bad. People who throw these things away should be ashamed of themselves. It makes no difference to add more trash to a dirty sewage channel like this. There are many imprudent people who also think the same way, and those people make this sewage channel a dumping site in the process. When he pokes the pile of old clothes that are floating in the filthy water, a black smoke goes up. Both of them frown at the strange and horrific sight. Maggots are breeding in it. Someone might have thrown food away. What's that, Mr. Landlord? What is that? People throw away so many things. Mr. Landlord, you might want to take a look. Oh my God! Hi, hello, thank you for coming. Oh, it really stinks. Hey, use the blue cover sheet on the top, too. People on the second floor can see it all. We haven't identified the body yet. So it's a body! It's a dead body, ladies and gentlemen. Wowzers! It's a female. About late 20s, late 30s. What's this music anyway? I'd say it's been about a few days since she died. I assume someone left the body here after her death. Naked. Might be difficult to identify who she is. Check if the Light Division has any missing person reports. She'd be most likely. She was dumped in the canal with a weight on it. The weight came off and she floated up, I guess. Why did the suspect choose this sewage channel? Could have just picked a better place, like under a freeway. Maybe the mountains. You saying you wish he'd chosen another place because it have been out of our jurisdiction? Whoever did this had no intention to hide the body. I mean, the suspect intentionally meant for it to be found to set some kind of example to someone? Her stomach's torn open. I don't think fish could do that. Someone cut it open and pulled the guts out. Tortured and murdered. Like the traditional sanctioned of the Chinese mafia or something. Ask Shigi-san from the 4th Division if he knows about any trouble related to gangs. Got it. Anyway, it's one hell of a dead body. Look at the guts. Looks like the salad noodle of Keiichi, doesn't it? Like noodles coming out if I poke it with chopsticks. What? Oh, please stop it. Whoa, they got sick. Guts have been pulled out and her ears and nose cut off. Nobody wants to die like this. And especially her fingers. 5-inch long nails driven into both of her hands. All of her fingers, too. Wow. I guess we went Eva on this body. What kind of torture is that? I don't know. But I think we dealt with a dead body long enough. How about we find something else to take our minds off of? Lunchtime, the most relaxing time of all at school. We put our desks close together as always, and eat lunch together. Oh, so this uses different graphics. Okay, I'll be comfortable with it.
Look, Mion's lunchbox looks gorgeous today. It has many side dishes, and it looks gorgeous.
Satoko and Rika raised a cheer, looking at Mion's lunchbox. Well, let's see what's in it. Well, I just used the leftovers from last night. The village mayor and others held a drinking party at my house last night, so I kept some of those leftovers. I need to adjust it a little bit more. Hang on, guys. I explain why most of your side dishes are nibbles. I see. Even though they're leftovers, they look gorgeous when you put them nicely into a lunchbox like that. Looks like an expensive tea ceremony type lunch. Just as people judge others by their first impressions, I think the taste of a lunchbox is proportional to how nice it looks when you open it. Presentation is key. I think you know it well.
Mion, you look like a girl who's clumsy as a bear, but you sure do have a sense of arrangement. Her room is always tidy and clean. Michan is more punctual than you all think she is. It's all the same once the food is in your stomach.
That's what I thought Mion would say, but I didn't know she had a sense like this. Looks can be deceiving though. Mion can be flawless with everything from the way it seems. On second thought, she is flawless. She's attentive and thorough with her guard. No wonder why she's the leader of this game club.
Rena's lunchbox also looks good. The flowers you make looks beautiful.
Your lunchbox is always artistic. You made a rabbit with a piece of apple and a flower petal from a piece of carrot. Not only that Rena's lunchbox had a great taste, I just don't know how to describe it, but it had heart in it. It tastes good, but it makes my heart warm.
Thank you. It's not as good as Michan's lunchbox, but I think it looks adorable.
I think cooking isn't about technique, or rather love. When it comes to that, I'm not as good as her at all. Love. Why, yes, I can feel that effort of making this lunchbox just looking at it.
A lunchbox just isn't about taste, it's the look and feel.
We all have to learn that. Really? Well, let me see what a lunchbox made by someone who has to learn about cooking looks like. Here it is.
My neighbor gave me some meat yesterday, so I made a grilled beef lunch.
Absolutely gorgeous. It's a heavy lunch covered with grilled beef. Looks like a heavy lunch for a girl too. But since we are all sharing it, I guess it gives perfect color to the table. At first it looks like a simple lunch for a big macho guy, but it actually has several side dishes. Gotta be boiled spinach and hijiki.
Rika's good at cooking simple meals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she'll make a great wife in the future. Uncle Ahola, my husband.
Whoa. You got something alright. Rika's future husband. Sounds like $1 million. But I think the married life with her won't be easy as it sounds. Boy, you have no idea. But I'm proud of them all. Still young, but all can cook on their own. I do something cooking whenever I go to day camp with my family, but I'm far from being able to cook daily lunch like they do. I only cook for occasional leisure. That's about it, really. And now that I think about it, I'm truly proud of them. I honestly respect them. But what's this? I somehow feel like it's something to do with me. I totally forgot that this morning when I was eating breakfast being half asleep, my mom was talking about something big. Ooh.
Shit!
I stand up screaming and scared everybody half to death.
What is it?
You made me choke.
Satoko, you have a piece of rice from your nose.
I forgot. Cooking for your own meals isn't somebody else's business but mine.
Keiichi, your father and I have to go to Tokyo for a business trip.
Okay. I'm so sleepy.
Your father's friend, a teacher to him, got sick right before the event. Very important event. Someone has to take care of it.
They can't do anything about it when it comes to my dad's business, I guess.
So your father and I will go to Tokyo right away to help the event. We might have to spend a few nights there. While we're gone, you'll have to make your own food. But can you handle it? Are you sure? That's great. You can make rice at least, right? And miso soup? Buy some side dishes and it'll look like supper.
Rice? Okay, I'll go make rice with a Dixie. I never used a rice cooker. I made miso soup by pouring hot water to instant. I think I can handle it.
Because you'll be cooking, I'll only leave a small amount of money, okay? Don't eat out. It'll be expensive. About time for you to learn how to cook and the value of money.
Oh, well, I can do it. I just remembered I can't! I'm so dumb! I was half asleep accepting a big thing like cooking so easily! Just like the main character in cartoons always do, bending backward, scratching my head hard with frustration!
I see, your parents are busy. Keiichi-kun, you have to look after your house while they're gone.
Do I give a shit? What I need to give a shit about is my dinner! I'm gonna be home alone, and I gotta make everything by myself! An emergency situation!
All you gotta do is accept the situation and fucking cook. Keiichi, you made great curry at the last curry party.
Which was last fucking chapter?
Come on.
I can cook curry only because I learned how to from day camp. I can't eat curry for 3 meals a day. Curry is junk food. No nutrition. It's crappy.
Whatever you do not say it next to your teacher.
Shh. Mion and Satoko covered my mouth with their hands. The door of the classroom opens, and Chie-sensei, well-known curry lover, pokes her head from the door.
Was anyone talking bad about curry just now?
No one was!
They all go deadly pale and deny it by shaking. The look in the teacher's eyes when she glares around the classroom is nothing but insanity. You sure? I thought I heard something. She looks out of the room again and closes the door, goes back to the teacher's office.
Even if I would scream, for her to hear it from the teacher's office at the end of the hall, she'd be scary.
Kei-chan, you can talk bad about any food, but not curry, at least not as long as you live here in Hinamizawa.
Okay, I get it. I'll be careful.
But I can't eat curry for 3 meals a day.
It's like cup noodles. You're only good because you eat them every once in a while. Eat them 3 times a day, you'll get tired of them. Sick even. Dinner for Japanese has to be rice, miso soup, and side dishes.
You should try Keiichi-kun. It tastes good.
Oh, fuck.
It really tastes good when you cook yourself.
Uncle Mion thinks cooking is more troublesome than tasty. But I guess it'll be a good experience for me.
There you go. Everything's a good experience in life. You sometimes cut your fingers and burn them and you get sad. There.
Because of their encouragement, I felt like I could do it. Only one of them didn't really encourage me though. I want to live on my own one day, so cooking is something that I need to learn sooner or later. It shouldn't harm anybody to use this opportunity to learn it, right? But I'm anxious. You're right. I should learn how to cook because otherwise it'll be a disaster for me if we have the cooking competition in our club activity.
Oh, that's right. You can't be tricky all the time like you were at the last curry competition.
Well, I won it. That turned out to be the biggest and most exciting competition ever. You have no right to make fun of me. You did nothing but let Rika do all of the work. What did you really do with the competition? Put a bag of salt in the curry Rena made, another bag of salt in the rice Mion made, and flipped over my pot. The quarrel from the curry competition is back again. I had to cool down my uncontrollable rage just by pinching Satoko's ears. Ow! I did that because it was a game. I can cook well even if I don't look like I can. Oh, really? You let Rika do all the work and probably didn't even peel a carrot. You cook? Ah, don't make me laugh! Don't make me laugh so hard that it'll hurt my stomach.
People make progress every day. You're wrong if you're still thinking that I still can't cook. Am I right, Rika? When I'm not watching her, I'm worried about her overcooking and catching fire. Sometimes she forgets to turn off the stove.
Everybody was laughing. Forgetting to turn off the heat is a big problem beyond whether you can cook or not. I don't even do that. Well, I don't want to hear that from a person who only eats noodle cups.
But Satoko can cook.
Rena, you don't have to defend her. No, I'm not defending her. She just doesn't stand out much because Rika's super good at cooking. Satoko can cook basic food, can't you?
She can cook rice and miso soup at least.
I mean, she still can't tell the difference between cauliflower and broccoli.
They're the same because you eat them after boiling them.
She gets mad and raising her fist. We all laughed again.
Hey, I can take it when someone laughs at me, but not you, Keiichi.
I continue to laugh. Might be true that I have less cooking technique than you all, but I have confidence that I'll be better than Satoko. At least, better than she is.
What did you just say? Did you say you have confidence? You made me laugh so hard it hurts my stomach. Ben, I know this, but I take turns cooking with Rika. I can cook.
Great. So great you can cook. I'll buy you some candy. I make fun of her and rubbed her head. It seems like Satoko knows I'm making fun of her, but she still steams like a pot, face turning red and all that. You don't believe me, do you? You know what? I know I'm better at cooking than you are. Oh, really? Tell me the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, and I'll believe you. Come on, tell me. Green ones are broccoli. Wait, yellow ones are... cauliflower is red? No, the blue, green. I still knew it. So what color is broccoli? I don't think they're red, blue, and green like on the TV. I mean, come on. What's the color?
Satoko doesn't have to know the color of broccoli to be able to cook.
She can cook and she's still good at it.
I hate you, Keiichi.
She was crying so hard. It makes her cute just crying over something like that. So I decided to rub her head.
So you sound like you can cook something better than Satoko, huh?
Mion tells me with a mean smile on her face. To be honest, I don't think I can cook at all. But I can just act big. Yeah, I'll prove it to you. Tonight I'm gonna cook a delicious and perfect dinner. I'll make a little extra amount and bring it for our lunch. You'll be so surprised.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for your lunchbox tomorrow.
Rika-chan pats my hair. It sounds like she didn't mean it.
I'll be looking forward to it too. I will laugh at you no matter what you bring.
That means I'll have to make mine in earnest tomorrow. I got an idea. How about we compete on our lunchboxes tomorrow? Of course, it'll be treated as a club activity. That means it comes with a punishment.
Wow, that's a great idea. What did you think, Keiichi?
Now or never if you want to withdraw. She wipes her tears and shows off her fangs as if this was a chance for a come behind big victory. Well, shit. Not good. It's getting more serious than I planned it to be. Maybe I should just apologize to her now. But the next words come from a man, my bar Keiichi, and they gotta be something so reckless, I'd probably scare myself shitless. Oh yeah, no problem at all. You'll be so surprised to see my lunchbox tomorrow. Oh? Everybody's surprised at my confident reply. Something tells me I've opened my big fat mouth and got my ass into a shitload of trouble. I'm such a fucking fool. Oh shit, Kei.
So, Mion, what kind of wonderful punishment are we getting if we lose the game?
She smiles as if not to worry about it. The smile is about telling me that the wonderful punishment is a promise to me.
Oh, let me think about it.
What about whoever loses the lunchbox game tomorrow has to go to Chi Sensei while she's having lunch at the teacher's office
and say something bad about Curry? Shit just got real. Michan, that's horrible.
Everybody got pale and fell silent when they heard the horrible punishment. Chi Sensei is completely crazy about Curry, and you should all know this from the previous chapter.
Curry is the world's most respected and sacred of dishes. I will absolutely not allow it to be put in the same category as onigiri. Do you hear me? Curry was created in ancient India, one of the 4 great river valley civilizations, and was raved about it during the reign of King Ashoka and Kavalasu for the birth of the Sakaya. At the International Food Expo, Michelin, twirly, even the Eiffel Tower was pickled and shimmering curry to Mary. Whatever you are asleep or awake, curry. Keiichi-san, what are you standing around for? Cleanup is part of the cooking. Keiichi-kun, your eyes are all curried. Why is that? Why?
Curry.
She's got him, huh? It's okay, he'll be back to normal by tomorrow, probably. It wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my senses. Curry. Oh, the curry!
One of us has to say something bad about Curry to her face. What kind of ending is waiting for us? Bad one? I'm horrified to even imagine it. While everyone was staggering by the horrible punishment, Rika quietly speaks.
I'll do my best to make my lunchbox tomorrow.
The other 3 girls nodded deeply.
As for Keiichi-san, you should be worried about the dinner tonight in the lunchbox.
Well, I feel sorry for you, because you won't be able to see the wonderful dinner I'm going to make.
I'll let you see some part of it tomorrow.
Look forward to it.
You just told us you have no problem at all. You know what's going to happen if you make something terrible, don't you?
Satoko, you gotta worry about yourself more for the terrible experience you're gonna have to go through with Chie Sensei.
Oh, I'm not worried at all. It'll be you who'll be crying and begging for mercy on your knees as the teacher fucking kills you. I can see you doing that so clearly. Oh yeah? Yeah! We were pinching each other's cheeks. Squeeze out your strength by driving yourself into a corner. Keiichi, you're a God-given man. You can't call him a man, he's just being reckless and ballsless. He knows he can't cook a damn thing. Again. I believe in you. I'm looking forward to your wonderful lunchbox. Me too. The expectation in their eyes hurt me. I was just trying to make fun of Satoko, but how in the world did it all spiral out of control? Yeah, I won't let you down. I'm such a stupid dumbass. Why did I say such reckless things? What's gonna happen to my dinner tonight? What's gonna happen to the lunchbox game tomorrow? More importantly, what's gonna happen to me if I have to say such bad things about Curry to Chie-sensei's face? It's on a hot and humid afternoon in June that I act big outside but cry like a baby inside. I like the different backgrounds. It makes it more cartoony. For the whole day, I was thinking all day till the end of the school about nothing but dinner and the lunchbox tomorrow. But did I come to think about it? Mom, who has to think what to make for 3 meals a day for 365 days a year, she's a great person. I know how rude I was to complain to her when we had to eat the same thing for a few days. I was really worried about what's going to happen if I have to do the punishment tomorrow. And what am I supposed to eat tonight? Keiichi-kun. Hey. What? I'm sorry. I was just thinking. About what to make for dinner tonight? Or the lunchbox game tomorrow? Yeah. I'm at a loss for words because she guessed it right. And I show it on my face that she guessed it right. You don't have to worry about the game tomorrow, as long as you put your effort into it. No such thing as a good or bad lunch, but if you try really hard making it. More than the game, I'm worried about dinner tonight. I'm gonna die from food poisoning. I can't act big, so I had to lower my shoulders in disappointment and sigh. She just looks at me and laughs. I knew you were just acting big. She knew? God, I'm so readable. If you try real hard and still can't cook anything, just call me. Wait, I can... Only after you really try hard, okay? You can't ask for help without trying to do it yourself first. She looks like she's easy on people, but sometimes she could be very educational. She doesn't go easily on people unconditionally. When she's like that, it seems she's mature. I'll ring you when I hit the wall. That possibility is very high, though. You can do it. You have to do it because you acted so bitchy Satoko earlier. Do you know how well she can cook? She can cook better than you, that's for sure. So straightforward an answer. Actually hurts my feelings. After all the mean things she said to Satoko, you deserve to suffer a little bit. Serena, I think you're meaner than I thought. Hang on, I need a piss break. Back. Not much of a major difference. I'm not just a pretty girl. I'm not. After all that provocation I made to Satoko, I gotta cook something nice. But why did I say that all the things I said were so easily? You know what I mean. Well, I wish you the best in luck. You can do it. You should show everyone that you can do it if you try. Alright. So I replied to her by waving my hand helplessly. She gave me some support,
encouraging words and basic advice. Then she walked away. I gotta say, I'm great at acting recklessly by now, without knowing the basic of sailing and without a sea chart or a compass. Well, in a metaphorical sense. A stupid guy challenging the great ocean of cooking alone, and his name is my Ibara Keiichi. Okay, time to cook. My enthusiasm is world class. I can conquer the world if enthusiasm and being reckless is all that's needed. But there are so many things in the world you can't get just by having determination. It's not wrong to say cooking is one of those choices, so I need help. Any help possible. Time to go to the bookshelf and learn something. What I'm looking for exactly is a cookbook. Mom should have some books. An editor like myself needs some information. Just like a guy needs a compass when he's about to cross the ocean. I definitely need a cookbook. There we are. Corners of the book looks like they've been used many times, and just because of that, it kind of has that reliable feel for some reason. Alright. I can do it with this book. Alright. Word for nothing. And it checks for free. With a cookbook, anyone can cook like a chef. Cookbooks are great. With an optimistic expectation, I look through the pages. Hang on, I gotta teach myself a bit. I hate it when that happens. Yep. However, many technical terms, and I don't understand them. Yep, I knew it. If anybody could cook like a chef by reading a book, we wouldn't need chefs. The book says 3 tablespoons, but which one's the tablespoon? Everywhere to put as much as you please. How much exactly is as I please? Instructions is too vague. Now drain well, taste salt, pepper. How well? How do I drain? Do I have to dry it with a dryer or something? How much salt and pepper can I use? Ah! Aren't there easier manuals for beginners? Ugh. Screaming ain't gonna solve it. Calm down, Keiichi. Calm down. How about we try side dishes? Yes. Alright, let's try cooked rice. Nothing starts without rice. I know a little bit about rice. Used to cook rice with a Dixie at the day camp. Wash rice. Put water about this much. Which button to push? This one? Oh, light came on. Automatic rice cookers are one of the biggest 3 miracle machines for sure. Since I feel better after turning on the rice cooker, now to regain control and challenge the cooking of miso soup. I always use the instant miso soup at the day camp. Might be just putting miso into hot water. Boil water, miso. What? Well, how much miso am I supposed to use? Depends on how many servings you're making and as much as you like. Dang instructions! Alright, I'll put as much as I like. Time to squeeze the bag of miso hard and put about half of it into the pot. I wonder if it's gonna work. Maybe a little too much? Well, people like thick miso soup. The soft miso soup my mother makes is a little light. I like it thick. I said it aloud as I'm trying to convince myself. And I'm convinced by my own words and not of myself. Good. Rice and miso soup. Now the side dishes. But what can I make? Something I could cook and that can add colors to the dinner. Ooh, stir-fried vegetables. Vegetables are edible when they're raw, even when they're raw. That's not going to kill me even if it's a little undercooked. I think I'm so cute I don't even notice that the level of my cooking fell down from caring about the presentation to dinner to not caring about anything as long as I can eat it. So many vegetables in the fridge. What kind of vegetables do we use? Bean sprout, cabbage, Chinese leek, onion? Or you even use cucumber and lettuce? Alright, time to take whatever vegetables I see, cut them up and a cutting board and throw them in a wok. It's getting far too arbitrary. I guess this is the best part of men's cooking. Kind of fun. And before you know it, a wok full of veggies. Good. Cooking oil. A lot of cooking oil into the wok, and it looks dynamic when I pour a lot. Oh shit, I spilled some. I shouldn't worry about it. Cooking is rough by dynamic. Time to turn on the heat. Boom! Oh, cooking oil poured in the wok catches fire and the flames rise high. Ah, yeah! Like Iron Chef. I might even be a fire chef. I think that is a fire hazard. Words you spill from your mouth are magical. I'm making such an irresponsible statement, but once you say it aloud, you can convince yourself. Yeah, that's right. Iron Chef Keiichi Mayabara. When a huge flame starts burning its ceiling, I notice that the wonderful cooking in front of my eyes is turning into a fatal disaster. Am I doing something completely stupid? Okay, the fire's getting a little bigger, Uh-oh. Oh my god, what are you doing? Turn off that heat! Someone hit the back of my head really hard. And look who it is! Satoko and Rika to the rescue. Satoko? Rika? While I was completely astonished by their appearance, Satoko pushes me away, turning off the heat. Rika managed to wet a towel and put it over the wok. She kept wetting more towels, putting them over the wok one by one. After several towels, the fire goes out. And it was happening so quickly. We avoided disaster by a narrow shave and breathed hard. What are you doing in my house? That's breaking in here, you know. Should be arrested on the spot for arson. Could have had a massive fire. You had no home to sleep for today, there. And I understood the situation. Was I setting my house on fire by accident? Of course. I mean, look at it. The ceiling is burnt. Not like a little tan on your back. We're talking severe blackage. She seemed pretty mad. The days just saved my life. According to the story, I was lost in arson-like cooking and didn't notice as they rang the bell. But I sensed the presence in the house and came in to check. Good thing they did. If Satoko and I hadn't come, you could have had some fire trucks with sirens blaring all over here by now. Okay, do you understand how serious that thing was? Before I knew it, I was kneeling on my knees, listening to them seriously. I'm so sorry. You saved my life. We came here to see what kind of dinner you was making, but look. I only had to see it to know how it looks. You're so mean. You came here to see what food I was making, huh? Your house was saved by mean girls. Remember that. Touché. After showing how stupid I was, I couldn't act big anymore. I simply caved in. You tried so hard making the curry last time. What happened to that? Come on. My underclassmates all helped me that time. I just borrowed the other team's pod. So it wasn't like I cooked it.
Yikes. I didn't know you would cheat like that. I can't believe you do such a thing, even though it was just a club activity.
Pot calling the kettle black. Like putting a bag of salt into someone else's pot was worse. Well, I can't say anything back at her. She's got aces in her hand now. So I looked down quietly.
Anyway, Kei, the scary looking pot. Not miso soup, is it?
She stares at the pot with the tons of miso in it. I used too much, didn't I? And from the look on her face, I can easily tell that's far from miso soup. Forget it. I think I did good with rice. Rice cooker is convenient. Should be done by now.
It's not done. It still has water in it.
What are you talking about? I pushed a button and the light came on.
Kei, the button you pushed was a timer. It's said to be done in the morning and it'll start cooking tomorrow morning.
Fuck. So that means I couldn't make miso soup and I couldn't even make a side dish. I didn't even cook the rice. I couldn't make anything right.
Oh, you're pathetic.
Bite me.
Do you realize who you are? Come on, say it. I, Maipara Keiichi, was all mouth and no bite. And I realize I'm worse at cooking than Satoko Houjou.
I'm such a pathetic guy who's worse at cooking than Satoko. There, I'm sorry. Jeez.
I screamed in agony. And Rika looked at me, patted my head with satisfaction.
Satoko continued to laugh triumphantly. Congratulations, I'm a loser. After all I did, I acted big, but I couldn't follow through. Looks like there's no dinner for me tonight, no breakfast tomorrow morning, and forget the lunchbox. I don't know when my parents are coming back, but I'm gonna die from hunger. And no lunchbox tomorrow. And I'll have to do the punishment tomorrow. I'm gonna die! Rika kept patting my head with the biggest smile I've ever seen. Satoko just looked at me and just sighed deeply in disgust.
You're pathetic, you know that? I mean, come on. Move it.
She just pushes me away while I'm crying like a girl, throwing away the remains of the miso soup into the sink, and washes the pot. You don't have to do that. I can clean them up. I don't need her help to clean up the mess I made. When I'm about to stop her from doing it, Rika pulls me back.
Kei, shut it and watch.
She just simply smiled. What do you mean by just shut up and watch, Rika?
Just listen to her.
Just shut your mouth and let me do it. Arsonist. It sounds like she's saying that an amateur like me should just butt out. And the grumpy face looks a bit scary. Satoko didn't bother to answer when I asked, I should let you do what? She just turns around with her back to me and starts looking for pots in the inside of the refrigerator. Don't mess around too much. I'll be the one that gets yelled at by Mom if things get messy.
You're such a lousy man. You don't belong in the kitchen. Rika? Aye, aye, sir.
Satoko snaps her fingers and Rika grabs me by the collar and pulls me away. Leaving Satoko alone in the kitchen, Rika pulls me all the way to the living room. What the? Let me go! Satoko's gonna mess up the kitchen.
Satoko came here today to get even with you. This is her revenge.
Revenge. Come to think about it, she did look a bit fierce. So after a while, I heard sounds of her turning on a faucet and feel the heat from the kitchen, following by sounds of opening and closing the refrigerator, cutting on the cutting board. Kind of reminds me of dinner now. So Satoko's cooking, right?
Because you made fun of her so much, she wanted to show you she can really cook.
Okay. As long as I hear the sounds of it. I guess she's not at least breaking plates or making an explosion or burning the kitchen. At least at this point, she's already proved herself that she's better than I am. I guess the cooking game of Houjou Satoko and Maibari Keiichi has a result. I remembered the grumpy expression on her face earlier. Well, I did make fun of her a little too much. And she did hold a grudge against me, right? I got too far, and I provoked a little too much in a tit-for-tat way like we usually do. But for now, I probably said a little too much. At least it wasn't right for me to make fun of Satoko since I had never cooked other than leisure, while she can cook daily.
She doesn't hold a grudge against you.
But she came all the way here to the house. She must be mad. I peeked at the kitchen. She doesn't look like the goofy Satoko. The look in her eyes was sharp, moving fast. It was scary, a little. She seemed to notice me watching her and turns around to glower at me or be pissed. I got scared and pulled away. She's pissed. I know it. God almighty. What kind of revenge is she going to take out on me?
She's just being serious. She doesn't want to make mistakes. She isn't mad.
Well, how can you tell? I mean, look at her. I've never seen so much determination in my life.
Keiichi, are you even listening?
What? I jumped in surprise when Satoko's angry shout rang through from the kitchen. I was just a mischievous boy who did bad things and was called to go to the teacher's office.
Excuse me. I was asking you where miso is. Your refrigerator is big. I can't even find it.
Sorry, left side and the back, net box, middle rack.
What the heck? You have to close into the package after using it. You made a mess with the miso in the fridge. Shit.
Before I find something to wipe the mess with, she was wiping it clean with a wet towel. My God, why can't men put things back in order? It scares me to think they grow up to be adults just like this. Well, not all of them. I can't send anything back to her today. All I can do is just look down quietly and say sorry. While Satoko keeps complaining and I apologize and nod to everything she says, the kitchen began to smell good.
Now this is miso soup. Put a little bit of miso in the ladle, melt the miso with chopsticks. Melt it a little bit, and then check taste. Can't believe you just tried to squeeze the miso and put it in the pot. God, I'm sorry. I didn't pay attention to home and economics class. You're pathetic. So that's how men do it, huh? Just winging it?
I was overwhelmed by her grumpy complaints until now, but I finally noticed that she isn't bad. When I compare her with Rena or Rika, they have artistic skills, but she doesn't shine through. But I can tell she had skills for sure. Well, if you have time to waste, prepare the table. Put up some plates. Get plates for 3. Rika and I are eating. Fine. So I hurried to get plates for 3 from the dish shelf and went to the dining room. When I get there, I heard laughter from the TV. Rika's lying on the sofa watching TV. She notices that I'm putting plates on the table and comes to the dining room in a hurry to rush.
It's dinner time soon. We're gonna have dinner at Keiichi's house. Hipa!
Rika, you look like you're in a good mood. Well, on the other hand, Satoko's been quite moody.
She's not moody. She looks like she's having fun.
Really? With a face like that and an attitude like that?
It's like when she was with Nini. I haven't seen her happy like this for a long time.
What? Who? Name of her cat?
Nini was, well, she called her brother.
She has a brother?
He goes by Satoshi. Haven't you heard of the name?
Satoshi Hojo? I think I heard that name before, but I can't be certain. I know he doesn't go to our school. That's for sure.
Satoko's brother's name is Satoshi.
Okay. Well, you learned something new. I even didn't know that she had a brother. But I guess she does. Rika smiles brighter.
When Satoko was with Satoshi, she always looked happy like she does. I haven't seen her this happy in the longest time.
She looks grumpy to me, but her best friend Rika says she looks happy. You sure that's happy?
It must be reminding of her times that she was with her brother. She must be missing him.
What do you mean she misses him? They don't live together? I wonder if her brother is a lot older than she is. Probably moved out and lives alone. Sounds like Satoko was very close to her brother.
Yeah, they were very close as brother and sister.
She stretches her arms wide and tries to show how good of a brother and sister they were. But according to what Rika says, her brother was shy and a little unreliable, and Satoko nagged a lot, but he helped him. Seems like that's how they were to each other. So, the situation here with me just seems like she was with her brother. Unreliable because I couldn't cook, and Satoko had to yell for me. And then cook. So is Satoko looking at me through the image of her brother, who lives far away?
Can't say it. She was always like that, complaining to Satoshi, but she helped him and they lived happily together. That's the reason why we came here today. Satoko brought it up.
Huh. Rika tells me Satoko said there's no doubt that an unreliable guy like me couldn't cook. Somebody had to help me. So she didn't come here for revenge or to get even, huh?
She couldn't leave you alone. She's still a mature little sister.
I'm an only child, so I don't know what it's like to have siblings. Of course, I never had a little sister like her, but I think I should be her unreliable brother who she has to take care of for now. I can't make jokes out of it or make fun of her, but I should give her compliments. I honestly want to. Keiichi, I can't find the rice scoop. Sorry, drawer on the right side. I run to the kitchen and get the rice scoop. Alright, dinner is ready. Prepared plates? Yup, everything's ready. How about we have dinner? Rika, dinner's ready. Me. Rika replies happily from the dining room. She turns off the heat and starts carrying the pot of miso soup. Okay, can you bring the rice cooker? Be careful not to flip it. Alright, I got it. I can at least carry a rice cooker. I wanted to say that, but I don't. Can't have Rye comments today. Steamy rice and miso soup with several side dishes. Fine home-cooked dishes lined up. Not fancy, not artistic, just normal daily dinner that a housewife would make. A simple family dinner. Let's dig in. Let's eat. I underestimated you, Satoko. I guess you're the winner.
Oh, now you understand the power, huh? Not as good as Rika Arena, but I can certainly cook better than you.
I was wrong. So once I admit my loss, she softens up and laughs loudly, happily, like she always does. Rice is perfectly cooked. She used the rice cooker, but it tastes a little different. Maybe the amount of water? I can feel her personality in her rice, and it tastes better than usual. Miso is a little thick, but very tasty. Side dishes are nothing fancy, but they taste good. I really enjoyed the dinner. Side dishes are well done. I gotta say, you're not bad at all, Satoko. Without any sarcasm, I give her my honest opinion. Satoko seems like she was expecting some mean compliments, because when I complimented her honestly, she looked like she was taken aback a little. Oh, I'm flattered by your compliments, but I'm not that good. I brought the side dishes from a store and just microwaved them. Some of it's canned food. The only things I actually cooked were just rice and miso. Satoko was being shy and looked a little embarrassed. No sarcasm in it, like she always does. I just cooked rice and miso soup, but it looks nice once you add some pre-cooked side dishes on the table. Mom buys those pre-cooked side dishes and she uses canned food. Nothing to be embarrassed about. A fine dinner. That compliment was from the heart. I've never seen her brother, but I'm sure he'd say that. Well, I'm satisfied as long as you now know that I can cook. Want some more? Plenty of miso. She being shy? I noticed that my comment wasn't wrong and it made me happy.
It's funny to eat dinner like this. Reminds me of the time we had dinner with Satoshi.
Rika mentioned Satoko's brother's name, Satoshi. Satoko stopped moving her chopsticks and looked up at the ceiling.
I miss those days. I wonder what he's doing right now.
She smiled slightly as if she was remembering an old friend that moved away. From the looks on her face, I assume she hasn't seen Satoshi in a long time. Satoko notices me looking confused.
Oh, my apologies. Satoshi's my brother, my Nini. Just scratch the Nini part. Big brother.
I see. A nickname Satoko calls him, I guess. Funny how she corrects it.
I'm surprised he could run away from home since he has no ability to make a living on his own. I'm pretty sure he'll give up one day and come back.
So he ran away? The reason of them living apart is a little more serious than what she makes it sound like. They're talking about it normally. I continued to talk about Satoshi, but was it a subject that I shouldn't have touched upon? I get worried and looked at Satoko to see how she's reacting, but she doesn't look down at all like I should be worried. I guess it's a normal dream to have to live alone at this age, but I know Nini can't do it that long.
He has no tolerance. Satoshi might look like he had no tolerance, but he is a man with patience. A stronger patience than you think.
Rick, you're always on Nini's side. I think you're too easy on him.
I think you're too hard on him, Satoko. When he comes back, he should be nicer.
Their opinions about Satoshi are different, but I can tell that both Satoko and Rika look at him and love him very much. They're optimistic about it, even as if they could see him next week, even though they're separated by him running away from home. Satoko and Rika still love Satoshi, and they're still waiting for him to come back. I've never seen him in person, but I can tell that this guy Satoshi seems like a good guy. I thought Satoko was deeply hurt by her brother running away from home, but she's over that. She keeps being a powerful little sister, so that whenever he comes back, he'll have the same sister he knew. I thought Satoko just jokes around and plays around every day without thinking about anything. But the truth of the matter is...
Why are you rubbing my head?
I was rubbing her head rather roughly. I misunderstood you, Satoko. I didn't know you were such a strong person. Satoko thinks I'm making fun of her and tries to get rid of my hand, but she notices there's no meaning intention on my face and lets me keep rubbing her head. You're a strong girl. I've always been a strong girl. I just act stupid because you act stupid. She tries to pick a fight, but I'm just not buying it. Not today. You act stupid for me, but you're a strong girl. You're a good girl. Are you really saying that? I still think you're trying to make fun of me. I'm not. I really mean it. From the bottom of my heart. If I was making fun of you, Rika will be patting your head with me. Uh-huh. Rika always pats a person's head when someone makes fun of that person.
Me. Candies are tasty.
Rika smiles brighter than ever. Her obvious attitude is somewhat hateful, but cute at the same time. Satoko and I just laughed. The laughter brightened up the table. Never thought this boring dining room would be filled with such laughter. At the time, I finally noticed something obvious. It tastes better when you eat it while laughing.
Of course, laughter makes dinner tasty.
That's rude. It tastes good because I'm a good cook. Dinner's totally different from the one with my family, but it somehow feels familiar at the same time. That's a happy time. Do you still want to see Nini, Satoko? I never called him Nini. Call him my brother, for crying out loud. What are you talking about? You were saying Nini. I smiled wryly and kindly corrected myself by calling him her brother, just like she asked. So, do you want to see your brother? She stopped moving her chopsticks, looked at Satoko's, and then me. Satoko kept smiling, but chose her words carefully. By looking at her, I could feel those thoughts. She wants him to come back right now, but she's not that weak. She lets Satoshi does whatever he wants to, as much as he wants to. When he comes back, she'll make him listen to every word she has to say, and they'll be eating dinner, and she'll be making the bed for him. Of course I want to see him. It's been a year. Wow, a year? Rika looks in the distance and smiles slightly.
Nini has to do what he wants to do. It'll be easier for me if he learns how to make a living on his own and comes back.
See? You just said Nini again.
You did.
No, I didn't. I didn't call him Nini. You're crazy. You're all crazy. And the atmosphere changed back to the one of our usual fun lunchtime at school. But her feelings towards her brother don't change a bit. Satoko's living strong and healthy. So, Satoshi, little sister's trying her hardest to look after your house while you're gone. Why aren't you coming back?
Satoko? We have to start cleaning up. It's going to be bedtime soon.
We were watching TV and enjoying some tea as Rika yawns a big yawn. Satoko and I looked at the clock. It's really late now. We both probably knew, but we just didn't want to end this fun time. We probably couldn't bring it up.
We haven't washed the dishes yet.
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. You cooked for me. I can't let you wash dishes too.
You sure? When you're not used to washing dishes, you might break dishes because they're very slippery.
Girl is a total loudmouth little sister. I feel kind of happy and shy at the same time. The feelings were mixed. I ended up smiling, wryly.
He can wash dishes. If you hurt yourself on broken dishes, I'll pat your head tomorrow at school.
Rika ended up yawning again, so big it showed the back of her throat. You sure you can do it? You're more unreliable than you look. Sounds like you have no trust in me. Don't worry, I can wash dishes alright. Relax, go home. I mean it. It's too late, I can't let you go home alone. I'll take you guys home. I'll get the key off the bicycle. After you take us home, go back home alone. No, wait, I misread that. After you take us home, you'll let you go back home alone. What if you get lost on your way home and stray down around Takatsudo? No houses or lights there. So I'm supposed to worry about their way back home tonight, but I never thought they worried about me getting lost. Am I that unreliable? They're very annoying, but I guess does feel bad. In the end, they tell me they don't need me to take them home. I send Satoko and Rika off at the gate. Thanks so much for today. You really helped me have a very traditional dinner.
If you didn't come here, Satoko, Keiichi would be dead.
That's so true. I'm glad I came. They really helped me. I bowed to them and agreed with great gratitude. I almost forgot. Leftover rice and the side dishes are in a Tupperware. You can use them for your lunchbox. You should have bread and jam for breakfast. Strawberry jam and peanut butter on the right side of the middle rack in the refrigerator, and you have cocoa powder on the right side in the dish shelf. About to say that she doesn't have to tell me all that, but I decided not to. I meekly listened. At this point, I noticed Satoko is actually in a good mood, like Rika told me, even though she was kind of moody. She's still lousy, but at least she looks very happily.
Well, you have a good night.
And you better brush your teeth before you bed. Brush them for more than 5 minutes. Yikes, Satoko. I'll do that. I'll get breakfast going, and I won't forget the lunchbox.
You'll have to get up a little earlier than usual to make breakfast in your lunchbox, okay? If you want, I'll call you and wake you up.
Geez, you don't have to do that. I got an alarm. I'll set it. I know you're worried about me. But oh well, thanks. She seems to want to say more, but decides on a good night. She got on her bike and disappeared down the road. Rika would follow her, but she decided to come back. What's wrong? You forget something?
You were 100 out of 100. I give you my applause.
And she gave me a compliment and clapped her little hands. I don't get it. I didn't do anything to deserve it. I just set my house on fire.
She felt like Nini came back today. I'm sure she had a lot of fun.
Every once in a while, I appreciate it if you could play along with your lecture. You telling me that Satoshi is to take his place, be her unreliable brother so she can yell at him? She doesn't say a word and just smiles. He had this perfect little sister. Why did he run away? If I didn't, I'd never run away.
Satoshi has his own problems, I guess.
I have no idea what those problems were. Well, no matter. They can't beat his excuse. I hope he does come back. I can't play her brother's part for a long time.
It'll be alright. You were just like Satoshi today. I'd really appreciate it if you did her in that favor.
If it pleases her, guess I'll do it.
Rika!
Satoko was waiting under a streetlight down the street from her friend, who was taking an awful long time to come.
I better go now. Good night.
Good night. I can't play Satoshi's part.
I can't play Satoshi's part, but you can. I feel so much better now.
Rika leaves those words with me and starts riding her bike. Satoko waits until Rika gets close to her and starts riding her bicycle. They're gone in seconds. Satoshi, please come back for her. If you don't, I'll kick your ass. Until that day, I'll do it for her. Even though I can't hear the noise of their bicycles anymore. I kept looking down the road for a while. Satoko's trap lesson, beginner level. Let's view it, and then call it. I bet Satoko could put up a fight against a group of soldiers in these mountains. I know she used to be a trap instructor in some country along with the Soviet Union military advisor. Now cut that weird talk and help me. How in the world did this happen? Mion stuck in a small hole and her face was visible. Rena's head is covered by a tin bucket. She couldn't take it off. They're looking very funny, but at least they still touch the ground. How's it going over there, Keiichi? Can you get out? Get out quick and rescue Uncle Mion. That's what you should do, Mion. How can I get out of this futon roll? My body's wrapped in a futon and hung from a tree 10 feet high. What kind of a trap is this? Satoko? It all started when he suggested I should be more familiar with nature, and I decided to go on a mountain hike.
I'm not familiar with the hill either. I might get lost. The
hill in the back of the village? I used to go there, but I haven't been there for ages. Might get dangerously lost if you take the wrong turn.
Leave it to me. The whole hill is our playground, isn't that right, Rika? Me?
Oh, that sounds reliable. Okay, why don't we go on a hike there with you as our guide?
But Keiichi-kun's school summer break brochure says we shouldn't go there because we might get lost. It's alright, it is a summer break. We know the way, don't worry. That hill's been our playground for a long time, like our garden. I know all the secret paths and shortcuts.
I certainly know everything. Thanks to them, I could enjoy nature and a great view with fresh air. But shit went south.
Okay, everybody. You should walk on my footprints from here on out.
What are you saying?
Listen to her. Hey, Micha, what did you think this is? Are we supposed to pull it? Are we?
Well, Rena pulled a string. A bunch of bamboo spears rained from the ground right by her. Yikes! What is this? What the?
That one is a classic. Satoko made that trap when she was a second grader.
That was close. The tips of those bamboo spears are coated with dog poop. The wound would rot. What are we in, Vietnam? Satoko and Rika explained. She was obsessed with traps when she was in 1st and 2nd grade, so she put various traps here and there on the hill.
Keiichi-kun, don't you think that we are forbidden to enter this hill because of the traps? Not because we might get lost?
Beyond, I absolutely agree with the hypothesis.
Okay, let's get going. It'll get dark soon. I'll have to be careful myself when it gets dark.
Why did you bring me to this dangerous hill? Why does this average innocent boy have the face lethal booby traps? And then, the moment we lost sight of Satoko and Rigo, we all got trapped. Let me out! I want to go to the restroom! That can wait. Somebody take this bucket off me. I can't see. Rena, don't move around. Your underwear is showing.
Did you see it? Did you? Keiichi-kun saw my underwear.
You must be able to see, even with that.
Ran ahead of me like a sandbag as Mion cried loudly. You can't get out of the hole. There.
That's why I told you to stay with me. No, I know. Satoko wanted to bring us to the hill because she wanted to show off traps. She couldn't just shown us. She subjected us to them. Rika strokes our heads one by one, looking extremely content. That was scary. So, I'm just gonna save. And just call it for now. I'll be trying to continue the series as best as I can. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.